Namaskar. Hello, this is Mridula. Welcome to Global Marathi channel. Since long, we have been waiting for the corona vaccine to come. The vaccine has come, but there are so many questions that are, in our mind. And to answer all these questions, we have Dr. Arundhati Soman from New Jersey, America. Arundhati, welcome to Global Marathi.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Arundhati did her MBBS, then MD from KEM Hospital. Then she did her MBA from Arizona State University, USA. And she was advisor to many pharmaceutical companies. And now she is the senior director in a well-known international pharmaceutical company. And I think she will answer all the questions which are there in our mind. Aruna, the corona pandemic has started at the beginning of the year, but the corona vaccine got, approved in the December, I suppose. It took so many months. Why did it take such a long time to develop this vaccine?
Actually, Mridula, generally, it takes approximately 5 to 7 years for any new drug or any new vaccine to get available for common people. In those 5 to 7 years, or even sometimes even 10 to 12 years, are taken for scientific research. And during that period, any new medicine or vaccine goes through uh, various phases of development. First, any medicine or any vaccine is tested on animal models. Once its safety is confirmed, then human clinical trials are started, and these are typically in four different phases. And all this research requires at least 5 to 7 years, where efficacy or safety of that particular new drug or vaccine is tested in a large number of population. So I would say that corona vaccine has become available to common people, or it is accessible to common people today within a very historic period of time. If we
Okay.
think about today, on this day, we have more than 150 vaccines in development
Wow.
against
Mhm.
coronavirus. And out of these, 68 vaccines are undergoing human clinical trials, 90 vaccines are being tested on animal models, and out of 68 vaccines, which are being tested in various phases of clinical trials on human beings,
Mhm.
20 vaccines are in the final stage of development. And out of these, approximately 10 to 11 vaccines are currently available for people in various countries on emergency approval basis. Many countries have approved various vaccines, and we'll talk about that. But
Mm.
all this development has happened in a historic time. Uh, this is a very unprecedented time right now with corona pandemic. It's a very serious issue, and to match that speed of pandemic, even
Mm.
medical science has accelerated all the efforts in development of vaccine and various therapeutic approaches. So let me tell you that vaccine is the best possible weapon. It's the best possible preventive strategy for this corona pandemic. And of course,
Mhm.
there are other research strategies going on right now for
Okay.
treating infection of coronavirus.
Okay, okay. So I have one more question. In USA, FDA has approved Pfizer and Moderna. Okay, and India, when we see Bharat Biotech,
Correct.
and the other one is AstraZeneca.
Correct.
Okay, so people are so much confused which vaccine should I take. What is the difference between all these vaccine? And one more question I know, which is the best of all?
Good question. Uh, See, as I told you, there are so many, more than 150 vaccine candidates currently being developed in various phases. And out of that, some candidates are in leading stages. Um, the examples which we just said, Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, Bharat Biotech's vaccine, which is approved by DCGI in India. All these are in the late stage of development. But the technique by which each and every vaccine is developed is different. Pfizer and Moderna's vaccines are based, these are genetic vaccines, these are messenger RNA vaccines. AstraZeneca and even Russia's Sputnik vaccine, AstraZeneca, Serum Institute of India, and Oxford have unitedly developed Covishield, which is adenovirus vaccine. Sputnik, which is developed by Russia, is also adenovirus vaccine. So the technique which is used by AstraZeneca is different uh, from than that which is used by Pfizer and Moderna.
Mm.
Bharat Biotech's vaccine is inactivated vaccine. So each and every
Okay.
vaccine has a different technique, different characteristics, and that's why they have different efficacy. Their safety profile is different. The conditions at which they should be stored, the way they should be administered, all these are different. And that's why each and every vaccine has to go through various phases of trials independently. And then we come to know their efficacy, safety, and other aspects. Coming to the question, which vaccine is the best? Uh, it is based on two to three important criteria. Number one is efficacy. Number two is duration of efficacy. Number three is safety profile. And there are other factors all as well, which are very important, but not as important as efficacy and safety. These could be
Correct.
storage conditions or
Mm.
price of that vaccine, accessibility.
Even
Uh,
the temperature, we can say.
exactly, exactly. But these are all operational things which can be managed by people.
Mhm.
Price can be managed, even storage conditions can be managed. But
Mhm.
safety and efficacy, these two are very important components of any vaccine, where we can say, okay, vaccine A is better than vaccine B. These are two important criteria which we
Mm.
cannot ignore, which are
Mm.
of prime importance. And if we think
Mm.
about efficacy, currently, let me tell you, this entire research, all these
Mhm.
vaccines, although these are approved by various regulatory authorities across the world, these are still on an experimental basis. All these vaccines are
Yeah.
still experimental. We have very limited information available
Mhm.
for all these vaccines. Of course, going forward in future, as
Uh-huh.
time goes by, we'll be getting more and more information about these vaccines. But
Correct.
based on current information, if we look at
Mm.
Pfizer,
Mm.
Pfizer's data is based on phase 3 trial in
Mm.
30,000 volunteers.
Mm.
Same thing with Moderna, based on 30,000 volunteers data.
Mm.
They've shown that Pfizer's vaccine has efficacy of 95% and
Mm.
Moderna's vaccine has efficacy of 94%. What does
Okay.
that mean? If, just take an example, if 100 people take either Pfizer's or Moderna's vaccine, out of
Mhm.
these, 94 to 95 people will get protected and will not develop any COVID infection. But
Mhm.
remaining 5 to 6 people still have a chance of developing
Oh.
COVID infection even after taking that vaccine.
Oh my
Um,
God.
the percentage with AstraZeneca's Covishield
Mhm.
is 70%. When we say AstraZeneca's vaccine is 70% efficacious, that means um, if 100 people
30% have chances. Yeah.
exactly, there are out of 100, 30 would still get a COVID infection even after taking AstraZeneca's Covishield vaccine. So that is efficacy. Second important thing is duration of efficacy.
Mhm.
How long, if somebody takes vaccine today, how
Mm.
long that immunity will last for? Very
Oh.
important question, $1 million question right now. But unfortunately, we don't have that data available. It will come up in few months, of course. Research is at very early stage right now on all the
Mm.
vaccines. It has just begun just few months back. So we'll have to wait for some more time to get that answer. So
Yeah.
currently, we don't have any data uh, how long immunity will
Yeah.
last
But
for.
I want to ask, like, people are very much scared of the effects of the vaccine, like after effects.
Correct.
So is it possible, like if I take one vaccine today and I think, as you say, it is for the immediate purpose. If some good vaccine come in future, is it possible like I can take that vaccine afterwards?
It depends. We don't have, it's too early to say anything about it. If
Mhm.
one can take one type of vaccine this year and another type of vaccine next year, we still don't know how long immunity with any vaccine will last for. Second
Mhm.
question, will there be any need to take, uh, vaccine again? If, with a particular
Okay.
vaccine, immunity lasts for lifelong, there is no need
Mhm.
to take a booster dose again, maybe. So all these questions will be answered in due course of time. So we'll have to wait and have some patience to get these answers.
Correct.
Another aspect to decide which vaccine is the best,
Mhm.
a very important aspect, as you said, is safety profile.
Mhm.
Each and every vaccine, no, in general, if we see, if we take any vaccine, there are some common side effects which happen with any vaccine, like transient fever or rash, or sometimes transient rash, of course, or pain at the site of injection. These are very
Mhm.
common side effects which happen with majority of vaccines. They
Mhm.
are minor and can be safely managed, but there could be some serious side effects, um,
Okay.
which uh, which are seen sometimes during clinical trials or sometimes during mass immunization. For example, in case of Pfizer's vaccine or Moderna's vaccine, it is seen that serious allergic reactions have happened with some volunteers or some people who have been vaccinated through
Mhm.
mass immunization very recently. And such data was not such data was not available during the clinical trials, but
Okay.
now it is seen that some allergic reactions can happen with individuals who have history of allergy. Or in case of
Mhm.
Pfizer's vaccine, there are cases of facial palsy, or in case of Covishield, AstraZeneca's Covishield,
Oh.
some cases of transverse myelitis, inflammation of spinal cord are reported.
Mhm.
Of course, we still don't know how much is percentage in entire population. It's very rare right now.
Mhm.
And whether it is because of vaccine, again, that
Mhm.
question is still, the
Yet to
information is still
answer,
yet to
like,
know.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
in vaccine recipients, such side
Uh-huh.
effects are seen. So side effect profile of vaccine is also very important in
Important.
determining which vaccine is the best.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So, as you said, like, few vaccines have received emergency approval, and we are waiting for the full approval. So, what is the difference between this emergency approval and full approval?
Um, we won't go into too much technical details of what's the difference between emergency approval and full approval. But for
Yeah.
any common person, um, emergency approval means that particular therapy, uh, either new medicine or vaccine, is approved only on the basis of emergency, and that therapy is still at an experimental stage.
Mm.
So all
Mhm.
these vaccines which are currently in development, all are still in experimental phase, although they're approved by various regulatory authorities across the world.
Okay.
In the
Uh-huh.
US, FDA has approved Pfizer's vaccine as well as Moderna's messenger RNA vaccine. Both these vaccines are approved on the basis of emergency approval. Same thing in India. Serum Institute of India, AstraZeneca, and Oxford's
Mm.
Covishield is
Mm.
approved by DCGI on emergency basis. Similarly, Bharat Biotech's Covaxin is also approved on the basis of emergency approval. One thing about Bharat Biotech's vaccine, which I haven't mentioned before,
Mm.
is Bharat Biotech's, when we spoke about what is the difference between Pfizer's vaccine and AstraZeneca's vaccine, when we spoke about efficacy, we still
Yeah.
don't know what is the
Okay.
data with Bharat Biotech's vaccine. It is at such an experimental
I
stage.
think it is in the third stage, no? It is in the
It
third
is in the
stage.
it is in the it is in the final, it is going through phase 3 clinical trials, but
Phase 3.
we
Yeah.
still don't know what is the data of phase 3, as well as
Mhm.
phase 2 data is also not published yet. So we still
Mhm.
don't know what is efficacy of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin.
Mhm.
In a nutshell, all these vaccines are still at an experimental phase, but because of seriousness of this pandemic, because of this unprecedented situation,
Mhm.
various drug regulatory authorities on a
Mhm.
compassionate basis have approved
Okay.
these vaccines and made them
Okay.
accessible to people.
Mm.
So that is the difference between emergency approval. When a therapy receives full approval, it goes through years of research, at
Mm.
least 7 to 10 years of research, where
Mm.
that particular medicines or vaccines full safety profile or efficacy is studied and it's
Mm.
public. It is known to everybody. Right now, that is not the case with any corona vaccine, but unfortunately, we cannot wait till
Mm.
we get full approval. We cannot spend 5 to 7 years of research
I
and
know.
then make these therapies
Yeah.
available to common
Because
people.
this last year we found a long time, like, we were waiting eagerly,
Correct,
and
exactly,
it is not
exactly.
that easy,
Everybody
you
is
say. Yeah.
anxious, and it's because of seriousness of this condition.
Mm.
So it's even drug regulatory authorities have shown that flexibility. Generally, we don't see so many emergency approvals
Correct. Yeah.
for a single condition across
Mhm.
the world, but because of this unprecedented pandemic, we have
Mhm.
seen that flexibility from regulatory authorities. But
Correct.
one important thing for any common person is to
Mhm.
understand that all these vaccines are still experimental. Data
Yeah.
is still evolving.
Mhm.
We don't know answers to many questions. So we have
Correct.
to have patience to get these
Mm.
answers in the coming months.
Correct. Correct. So, as you say, it is in the emergency approval level. So, coming to a question, like, everybody's mind across globe, I can say, should I take the vaccine? So, what answer is for that?
It's very important question, and yes,
Mhm.
exactly. I've been receiving a lot of phone calls, messages, and these questions.
Mm.
Everybody wants to know, should I take that
Yeah.
vaccine?
Should I take the?
And which vaccine? Um,
Correct.
so the answer is not simple. Okay, it is based on current data.
Mhm.
What we can see, one should have informed decision regarding taking any corona vaccine which is currently available or accessible to the
Mm.
country where you are residing. And that decision should be based on evaluation of individuals' risk and benefits of
Mhm.
getting this vaccine. For example, I
Correct.
would say those people who are working in healthcare setting who are constantly at risk of getting infected with coronavirus, or those who are working in crowded places, those who cannot
Mm.
avoid going in among large number of people,
Mm.
those whose jobs require them to go out of their house and mingle with a lot of people. For all these people, there is always a chance of acquiring corona infection
Mhm.
through the crowd or through the patients or through carriers,
Mm.
asymptomatic carriers. In
Mhm.
that case, it's always better to have protection from vaccine, where a person would either have immunity, or in case even after that, even after taking vaccine, such person develops corona infection. That
Mm.
infection would be of a mild category. It will not be a serious COVID infection. It is seen in clinical trials that people who develop corona infection after vaccination, there is a very minimal possibility of getting serious COVID infection after vaccination. So those who are on the front line, they should definitely take vaccine. But other people, for example, now we can say, since this research is still ongoing, or it's a very
Mm.
early stage, there
Mhm.
is limited data of
Mhm.
vaccine's efficacy and safety in
Mhm.
certain population. For example, elderly
Mm.
people with lot of comorbidities, lot of predisposing conditions,
Mm.
cancer, liver diseases, renal diseases, pregnant women, nursing women, pediatric uh, population, small kids, school
Mm.
going kids, we don't have any data about any
Correct.
corona vaccines efficacy and safety in this
Mm-hmm.
population. So in that case, such population should not go for taking any vaccine right now because it is not indicated for them. uh,
Oh.
remaining
Mm.
population can take decision whether to take vaccine right now or whether to wait for some more months to get some more data about
Mm.
which vaccine is the best, or which vaccine is, I would say, can give more or
Effect.
longer
Result.
protection.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have to
Ah.
wait for few more months, and based on individuals'
Mm-hmm.
benefits and risks, one should take that decision. But that decision should be based on medical information, latest
Mm.
medical data about any vaccine. Uh,
Mm.
if somebody, some political person
Mm.
or some head of the nation
Mm.
is promoting a vaccine,
Promoting.
or
Yeah.
some social media is circulating some information, please
Mm-hmm.
don't take such decisions based on such information, false informations.
Mm.
Please, I would say everybody must take medical advice from a qualified medical doctor, and then
Mm-hmm.
only based on the latest information, because every day this field is so dynamic right now
I
that each
know.
and every day is bringing newer and newer information about various vaccines. So
Mm.
based on the latest data,
Mm.
one should take decision about vaccine.
Okay. Okay. So, these are the precautions we should take before taking the vaccine. So then what are the challenges ahead, maybe in 2021?
Good question. 2021 will be a year of information, year of data for vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
We will be looking for more and more data. More and
Okay.
more vaccines would be definitely coming. More and more vaccines will get approved in various countries.
Mm.
Vaccines with various techniques, vaccines with various modes of administration. Some vaccines which are being developed, which can be administered intranasally. Some vaccines would be administered through skin patch. So there are various vaccines under development, and 2021 would see many such vaccines getting approved and available and accessible to people. However,
Mm.
main challenge is even after vaccination, there are chances of transferring coronavirus infection to our family and contacts who haven't received any vaccine, who are not vaccinated. So even after getting vaccinated, one must continue to follow all the precautionary measures like masks, using hand sanitizers, washing hands with soap, or social distancing. All these
Mm.
precautionary measures will have to continue even through 2021, and even after taking vaccines, even after
I know.
vaccines are available.
Mm.
Um, and second challenge, I would say, is from the coronavirus. I mean, although we are developing, various vaccines, various therapeutic modalities, uh,
Mm-hmm.
virus is also changing itself in the structure,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that process is called as mutation. It's a natural phenomenon. It happens with any virus. In case of coronavirus as well, we have seen that various mutant strains, various different strains are developed so far in last few
Mm.
months. I'm sure you will recollect about
Yeah,
strain
yeah.
from Britain, which has come
Ah.
a few days back, or there is new
Mm.
strain which is found in South Africa. So
Correct.
coronavirus will keep on changing itself.
Mm.
But there is good news on that front as well. Just a couple of days back, it was uh, uh, confirmed that there are chances of Pfizer's vaccine
Mm.
being effective against this new strain from Britain. So such positive news will keep on coming.
Yeah.
Virus would keep on changing itself, and that war will keep on going even in
I know.
2021. We will also need to have mass immunization to get the maximum benefits out of vaccine. Now, ultimately, vaccine is a preventive strategy. It is not going to treat COVID-19 infection. It's ultimately only preventive strategy. So unless we have mass immunization, which happens across the world in all the population, um, all various age groups,
I
various
know.
sectors of society,
Even children cannot take this vaccine,
exactly,
right?
pediatric population, adolescents, adult population, and senior citizens, a population above the age of 55, 65,
Mm,
and even very elderly population. When
mm.
all the sectors of society get immunized with the vaccine,
Correct,
through
correct.
mass immunization, then only we can win this war against coronavirus. And that is possible only when we get data
Mm,
from research, from clinical trials on various population. And currently, there are certain trials going on in pediatric population. Many trials are now open to enroll elderly population with predisposing conditions. So, of course, in the coming months, we'll be getting that data. But till then, we'll have to keep patience. We'll
and
have to keep
precautions.
on following. Yes, exactly. We'll have to keep on following
Mm,
all the precautions. Masks, hand sanitizer, washing hands with soap, and social distancing. These are very important measures. And ultimate another challenge is this is a global, I would say, global event. Corona infection, corona pandemic is happening across all corners of the world. And even vaccination, all the precautionary measures should happen uniformly across the world. If one
mm.
single country gets follows vaccination program very well, executes it very meticulously, and brings down infection rate to 0%, that's not going to help for the entire world.
Mm.
Once
I know.
all in all the countries unitedly
Mm.
um, work on this, then only we can achieve control on this pandemic, and we will be winning this war against this virus.
I know.
And it is possible only by forgetting all the differences of political differences, social, religious, and any financial conflicts, conflicts between two companies, pharmaceutical companies. We have to forget all these differences, and only based on the medical and scientific information, and with the use of medical and scientific technology and modalities, we can win this war. And
Great.
this is a challenge, but it is not impossible.
Yeah.
We can win this war unitedly with taking all the precautions, taking few
Correct.
steps at a time, but definitely we can will emerge as winners in this war.
Great, great. Such a valuable information. And thank you so much for your valuable time and enlightening us with all this detailed information. Thank
My
you so much.
pleasure. My pleasure,
Thank you.
Mridula, and thank you very much for choosing this topic for discussion. It's very important
Yeah,
topic right now for public
important topic.
health, and creating that awareness is also very important. So thank you so much for choosing this topic and
My
inviting me
pleasure. Yeah,
for this discussion. And it's a pleasure to be here.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to me also. Thank you so much. Yeah.